Okay. Gang's all here.
Alright.
Okay.
And all level 9. Hey.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah. I wanted to give everybody level 9 for doing such a big fight, and it hadn't. It's been enough time since level 8. I think it will be fine.
Sure.
And most of what's going to be coming up right now will be homebrew anyway, so it's not as much of a concern when it comes to what kind of fights we're coming up against and that kind of thing. So today is probably not going to be too combat heavy relative to last time, definitely. To be
It's a lot of combat.
a lot of RP.
It was.
It was a lot of combat. It wasn't a longer session we've had.
I mean, to be fair, we also had a week break for your planning, so yeah.
True. I still don't plan on doing a lot of combat all the same, because I don't want to have like another.
Oh no,
six-
that's perfectly fine. I'd much prefer the RP side of things anyway, the story side.
Yeah, most here do, I believe. But try to think if there's anything else I want to catch you up with.
The
Probably
items we
not.
found.
I mean, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Because I didn't want to leave it just to Discord. As far as when it comes to loot from the battle with Baba the Saiga and all that, you found nothing of real consequence because a lot of the enemies were like ghosts and the like. That was chiefly off of the main enemies that you took down. So off of Baba the Saiga, you got her staff. It was her. She had this staff this whole time, and she's kind of been using
Yoda staff.
both as a magical weapon and as like a walking tool. But yeah, you don't know what it does, but it's a pretty reasonable assumption that it would be magical.
Yeah, let's not touch it until like I get identified back into my. Oh wait, no, it's a ritual.
That's true.
I can do that one.
Yeah, however you guys want to handle that, that is sitting beside her. It fell down when she died.
Sure.
Then we got from Ophelia Wormweevil, the last remaining hag from the Bone Grinder had gotten away.
Throwback.
Yeah, quite the throwback. She didn't really have anything of consequence that would be any value to you guys. Like, she didn't have any gold or anything, except for a black gem that I think you may have heard about before. This would have been. I would have to think back to Bone Grinder and you thinking about the stones that they have there and whether I can't remember exactly. I don't think you got a working one at that point in time. You probably would have kept it, or maybe tried to sell it. I'm not sure, but all the same, you found this like black gem off of her that is certainly unnatural. It's not like just a black rock. It's polished and worked. That it's got some value to
We'll
her.
get our resident wizard to look over those items. That's in due course.
Yep. And
Did
then, the
we-
last thing, well, that was
Yeah.
kind of part of the fight was the magic seed.
Yeah.
That was actually taken. It was found at the beginning of the fight. It was within the effigy of Strahd. Lucian had cut open the bark covering the effigy, and then kind of cut into it, and he was then able to grab hold of the gem from that point, from that revealed point, and now that's in his possession now. They were trying to get it back / prevent you from getting it. I just wanted to say it was all happened as one thing. Completing that fight, you got the seed, which is what they primarily came here for.
So did we ever figure out what was up with that tree that those were guarding?
No, that's the thing that's we're starting with. That's what I figured you guys would be starting with.
That's what I
Um,
thought we'd find the seed around, but okay.
Yeah, no, you found it in the effigy, in this, but there is this very large tree that's unlike any other that you've seen in terms of the number of branches and its color and just general
one.
design.
This one has actual green leaves. Never seen it before.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
really good revive spell. I just added my 5th
My
level
name's
spells.
Howard. The
I have
tree's
no
name
idea
is
what
Bob.
they do.
That makes sense. Yeah, about everybody getting level 9, then yeah, you get level 5 spells, which will be fun and terrifying. But yes, okay, so I didn't really reposition anybody in any major way after the fight, but I did put you roughly all relative to where you were from each other. So Michael is technically the one that was in the most southwesterly direction. So you're in front. You're also all pretty hurt. We didn't do any healing. We were continuing right away from the combat ending. So you may.
Can we take a short rest, like in the walls, since it doesn't seem like...
You can take short rests.
Yes, and by the way, yeah, the lightning has stopped, of course. Once you took the gem and just in general, you've noticed that after the fighting, because there wasn't any lightning during the combat, it was the lightning and the gem were related in some way. That's up to the party. Do you guys want to short rest? It has been enough time that you can short rest here if you want.
I am also.
I mean, yeah, and identify what all the stuff does.
Sure.
Okay.
Um,
I'm also
the-
able to use the medical
have some.
kits on
Yep.
Lucian and Cole. Everyone else has already had their day use, include myself.
Cool.
okay.
But I have something that I think I can use for either the seed or the tree. But I know you said we're doing level in after rest, so
Yeah, long rest. I want to specifically wait until then for any new effects, because they can be game changing. And then we're also not. It's not going to be too crazy here. We're not going to be here very long. You can trust me on that.
Okay. So plus the amount of rest you have available.
Yeah, everybody roll hit die if they want to recover. And then
I don't think they need to roll hit die. I got that medic feat, which I have to pass a medical check of 13, so they can restore full hit dice.
I think it.
Should I post that to refresh?
There's the healer feat and there's the medic feat, and they're two very, very, very different things. Of course, I can't.
Yeah,
medic feat. That's big.
Yeah, the medic feat is for short rest. The healer feat is for any time out of.
Yeah, and it says Anathar's thing, which is why I could not look it up because I don't. Actually, I do own it on here. Why did it not show up?
So, was those rolls for the healer
Yeah,
thing?
those two rolls are for the healer's kit. You guys decide whichever role you want for yourselves.
Doesn't matter.
Chris, what does your Song of Rest do again?
At this level, I get a 1d8. It's been improved.
I'll take the 5.
Okay.
okay.
And apparently I
is
am
it that
allowed to
number?
use both
Sorry, hit
medic
die?
and short rest as long as I don't do anything else. That was
Yeah, okay.
the
I looked at
understanding.
medic. It's one hit die. You can max out a hit die. Yeah, you're right. You pasted it. I looked at it. I didn't know you did that. Yes, so
Okay.
they could spend. They spend one, and it automatically is whatever their highest amount is. They spend 3.
So, you want? I need to roll medicine.
For anybody that you that wants to try it, doing it, yeah.
I mean, am I able to do it on It says up to 6 people during the short
Yeah,
rest.
yeah. Why not just do it for everybody? It just makes it easy.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
Make for each creature, so it's DC 15. So
Okay.
you need to do.
So basically, as long as I don't roll a nat 1, I can basically do it for
Yeah.
everyone. I've got 13
Yeah.
for medicine, apparently.
Yeah, you have a shit ton of wisdom and.
How many am I
expertise.
rolling?
4. I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Darius
someone
rolled
did
is
fail.
like-
I will fail for myself because that's unfair to the rest of you guys.
Yeah, if you can apply it to yourself, which totally looks like you can. Yeah, 6 willing beasts. It doesn't say not yourself, so. Yep, I'll take that. So everybody can. So the easiest way of putting this is you can choose how many hit die you want to roll to regain. If any of them is low, you can instead make it maximum. Yes.
Is that for all the hit dice that I roll, or just one?
No, just one. It does not. It only applies to 1 hit die per person. So the low one that let's take Lucian here. He rolled a 9, a 4, and a 5. Let's say you want to mix that 5 into a max. Well, then it becomes a 12 because he has a 10 plus 2.
I was gonna say the 4.
Yeah, I figured he would. So then it would be a 9, a 12, and a 5. Would be what he gets. And then, then you get on top of that, you gain,
Yeah, I just add 6 to the 4 that I roll.
6 to,
Okay. Yeah, one just did a shit ton of healing for you guys. Yay!
Yeah,
I
it
got
makes
to use my feats. Yay!
yes. So, I'll let you guys apply all the health that you have.
Now I'm just covered
Yeah,
in
they can
everyone
say
else's
it
blood.
back.
It's like, yeah, it's great.
Okay, so Dave, Shane,
Yes,
Shane's in
yes.
What does identify give me if applied to these 3 things?
Yes, I'll just make it simple. What does it specifically say? It learns properties, and you know if it requires attunement, how many charges it has, etc. Okay, just want to make sure I understood the limitations of identify. There aren't really any. Okay, you learn that the staff from Baba Lysiga is a staff of.
I mean, not to shoot myself in the foot here, by the way, but it does say curses or something don't show up on identify usually.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. But in this case, you won't. I mean, you won't know either way. But all the same, it is effectively a staff of swarming insects.
He's got a cloak of flies.
Just copy paste this.
Okay.
That's her staff. Baba Lysiga's staff is a staff of swarming insects, is what it's called.
Small
by the way,
insect. Oh.
yeah, I forgot that I did this. Under the custom handout section, I updated, I put down some stuff there. I kind of reorganized it a little bit. I have the dark gifts set out for Eeyore, Lucian, and 1. So your respective players should see something in there that lists all the dark gifts that you received. Some of you only did 1, but some of you did multiples, and all the same, they're there. That was for my ability to keep track of them and for you to remember. In case you didn't write it
Sorry,
down.
dark gifts. What's this about?
Remember the deal with the devils? Or
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's what they. Yeah, they're called dark gifts in texts. Yeah. Let's see. I don't need to. I could show that. Yeah, I didn't have this visible right now, but I'm gonna do it right for this moment. is visible in everybody's journal. Can be edited only by me. Now there is a list here that shows all the magical items that are currently out there in your guys' possession. So, who is taking the Staff of Swarming Insects? Is what it is.
Okay. What does it do? Because I can't possibly read all that. You posted.
It is a magical staff, not unlike the Staff of Frost that Darius got earlier, but instead it focuses on the spells.
Insects. Lots of insects.
Yeah, giant insect or insect plague. It also has a special ability called Insect Cloud, where while holding the staff, you can use an action to expend one charge to cause a swarm of harmless flying insects to spread out in a 30-foot radius from you. The insects remain for 10 minutes, making the area heavily obscured. The swarm moves with you, centered on you. A wind of at least 10 miles per hour will disperse the effect. So it's kind of like a stealthiness effect if you want to do that.
Smoke bomb.
Yeah, it's like with bugs.
It's not. I think thematically it fit best with Ed, since he's like about death and stuff. I feel like
Sure. Yeah, that's completely up to you guys as far as where you want to go with that.
I think it would
It
fit
can
all
be used
three of
by-
them.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being used by Cole. I could see it being used by Michael. I could see it being used by Darius. And
Yeah,
it can
I'm
also be
happy
used
with
by all of you.
Frost then.
Yeah, I figured you would be. It does require attunement, so whoever gets it would need to spend the time necessary to do that. I'm going to make it longer than just a short rest, so yeah, if you got it this time, I'm not going to let you use it right away. You'd have to take a part of a long rest to be doing it. We do the attunement. But yeah, and then you'd be able to use it as it is. So it's all three of you can use it. It's usable by clerics, so that would include Michael. Usable by druids, so that would cover Cole. And wizards, which would cover Darius. So let's just say, you want to take it, Michael? I'll write it down as for you or Cole, either of you.
I mean, I don't think Michael has anything magical right now, so...
No, he doesn't, as you can see on that magical item list they put down. They wanted to show the distribution of everything that's in possession.
Michael wants it, he can take it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll take it.
I'll put it down for you right now.
Yeah, I'm just reading over the spells. The giant insect's a 4th level, and the insect plague's a 5th level.
Yes.
So it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's otherwise it's a basic staff. It has no other plus effects. It's not like a +1 or anything, as far as I can tell. I'll have to double check that. But its magical powers, on the other hand, are pretty strong. Yeah, it does. It's not a +1 staff. Otherwise, it's just a normal one. So it's not good for hitting people.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's that. And then we'll do the identify on the other item, which is...
Is this...
Lustrous
I
black
think it's-
gem.
Yeah, I think it's called a Heartstone. Let me double check the name.
This is costing, Darius money, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he was spending the money. Because the identify does have a...
Yeah, I should. Good that you remind me. No, that's fair. I mean, I want
we'll-
to know
we'll-
what the...
You guys are not
Definitely
laughing at
share
me.
reimbursing you. I'd be happy to. Think that's fair. It's for the benefit of all of us. So.
The name. There it is. Yep. It's called a Heartstone. It's used by night hags to become ethereal, as you're very much aware of as a party.
Yeah.
And you can also use it to cure any disease. So you essentially just draw the magic power from it, and it will do so. It will cure any disease. It's not a curse, but a disease.
Am I able to use that? Is there a class restriction? like
Yeah, I
the
mean,
other
we have more capable
There
healers here,
is not.
right?
No. there is no class restriction. Anybody can use that, and I will allow you guys to use it on other people. You don't have to use it on yourself.
I mean, that's
But it has to be within touch range. You essentially go up and you have to be having it and you channel its energy to the other
Sure.
person to do so.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder how many kids she had to.
True. I wonder. So yeah, that can go to whomever.
I mean, I'm certainly interested. Is anyone else going to challenge?
Yeah, I would think it either go to Cole or you.
Because if we're going with themes here, I mean, I am more or less a healer, and I know Cole does do healing and all, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit more of a
I-
combatant, so I think it'd be more in you. But what do you want, Cole?
Yeah, you can hold on to it.
okay.
I've been cutting back on healing now that we have a cleric.
Yeah, I mean, I can,
that makes
I can heal too, guys. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here too.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, cleric, healing.
Not all clerics are
Alright.
healers, but okay.
To be
Yeah.
fair, you also have kick-ass AoE death doom spells.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I definitely, I have the ability to cure diseases, so, it'd be beneficial for, like, field medic to have that as well.
Yeah.
Because I can just cast a spell.
Exactly my thinking, anyway. And
okay.
being able to become ethereal, that's essentially
Yeah, I mean,
invulnerability
honestly,
to
that'd be
anyone
the
who
only,
can't
only
see the
reason
plane.
why I'd
Yeah.
is to be a ghost.
Yeah,
So-
I'll maybe what I'll think about like letting you guys try to use it in a different way. That would require like essentially similar to attunement. That would require looking at like investigating it further on a personal level to be able to see like, oh, okay, could I do something similar to what the hags were doing, using it to go to transfer myself into the ethereal plane, which is kind of a parallel plane alongside the material plane that is where like ghosts and some other things reside, I believe, at least in part. I'm not 100% sure about that. Planar rules are crazy.
And it's like where people dream too.
Something, I don't remember all my planes, but I vaguely remember you being right.
I could see all
Like
kinds of
everybody-
nightmarish dreams when I enter there. That'd be cool.
Yay. I believe everybody healed. Lucian, did you heal? You seem low.
I can't see the I don't know how much I have right now, like on my character sheet, blood thing.
Oh, I also
Is that
didn't-
on the intro screen?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yes.
I didn't get moved, so I can.
Yeah, that was my fault. I thought I did, and yet I didn't. That makes way more sense. So yeah, there you guys are, right there. And
Okay.
yeah, you can see that you're at 29 health.
Oh,
Where's the information about the stone I'm adding? Okay.
I will
Post it.
copy and paste it because it's actually not a normal item.
It's in the compendium, actually.
It is?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
No, look, I didn't know that part. So.
Whoa.
Wow, you're right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's in the PHP. It's exactly what I was reading. So yep.
So out of character, I kind of want to revivify Baba Lysaga. Ask her. Well, first cut off her arms and legs, and then revivify her.
Of
So maybe
course.
cut out her tongue instead. That way she can write what you have to ask her instead of casting spells.
Yeah, there
Do you
are
really
purple
want to
control.
resurrect the evil?
Vocal spells
Also,
are
we've
fairly
rested.
limited,
It's
but-
been like
I
an
mean-
hour.
Don't
Yeah,
you want to be
and then, I
extra
mean,
cruel
we would
and
have to
raise it
do-
and then cut off her limbs?
Yeah, we'd have to retcon because we already took a short rest. So,
That is
let's
good,
sally forth, gentlemen.
Okay. That's up to you if you want to go that route or not. Alright. If everybody's applied their healed, I'm going to trust you guys that you have. We're going to be moving on. So,
What is
yes. Yes, I'll talk about that in just a second. That's obvious. We got, to your guys' southwest, we got this large tree right here. That's all gnarled and just corrupted. It looks very strange. Visibly by it are a number of stationary needle blights. They're not moving at all, and they hadn't joined the fighting earlier.
We're like, Cole,
Yeah.
Go talk to them.
Speak tree, right?
Yeah.
No.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then it's surrounded by various bushes and such around it. I would need some checks from people that they need to get closer to do so. But as far as what you can see a little bit further south is a large skull that is south of that
hooray.
person. It's like a caved out, I guess, sort of like a bull or horse's skull. But it's very large enough for a person to step inside it.
Ooh.
You don't know what its purpose is, but let's just take perception checks from whoever wants to do so.
I'm assuming it's part of the dragons, from the liches we encountered.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's the dragon skull.
I mean,
That would be
I
convenient,
don't know
but
what's
no.
it doing
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah, the dragon is supposed
Yeah.
to be, Ravenlock, but that would be very convenient. But no, actually, Michael determines that, hey, this is new here. Like in the ground, it's not like dug in so deeply that it disturbed the earth so much that it's like been here for a long time in spite of its weight. Like, this thing has recently come here, but you don't know, or rather, has arrived here in some way. However, that makes any sense.
Seen a lot of skulls in my day. That skull hasn't been there for very long.
Yes. Yeah, let's just put that.
I'm going to do like a survival check to see if there's any like skeleton like feet leading
Sure.
to the skull.
If you want to. Yeah. Let's see. Well, survival.
Like,
I could do my
What very specifically are you trying to guess? 'Cause
I'm like
it's-
looking for like skeleton-ish feet it could have belonged to before it came here. If it was raised as a skeleton form that came here on its own power.
Yeah. Let me look. I can answer that question. I have to look at the giant skull itself and see what it gives me as information. It's a yeah. I would have. Anyway, it's a hill giant skull. Is what it is. It's a no longer very much living hill giant skull.
Oh, so it just belongs here. Okay.
Ooh, I could probably talk to it.
Maybe it's large enough to hold one creature. Or sorry, one medium creature specifically. It arrived here recently. It's not been here long. I'm giving you that information right now. You don't know what its exact purpose or why it's there, but it looks out of place, like past the blights and everything. If you want to know more, you'd have to go closer.
I could
The
talk to it.
blights are just chilling. They're not like reacting to our presence.
No.
I was gonna say, I'll put up my shield and walk forward and kind of gather them around me and try to burst them down. If you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go about that, let me check really quick about anything, like if they act in defense of themselves.
I mean, what are they specifically guarding? Can we look around to see what they're standing there for?
Probably
They're
guard
all
the
surrounding
tree.
this tree, the big tree.
What do we know about this tree? Is it famous? Would I know about it?
I think you had heard that. Had you heard about specifically this tree? I'm trying to very much remember. I think no. You just know that Yesterhill was the source of all the blights and dark nature magic of this place. You found the gem in the effigy. I would need a check from Cole, because he'd be then most likely the one to be able to intuit exactly what it is, because he would be familiar with these. Let's say a nature check. It might make the most amount of sense.
Did we already do a short rest? Because I could give you inspiration.
Yes, but you guys did. We didn't wreck on that.
I'll give you an inspiration. Go ahead.
Hooray! Inspiration. I would like to point out. Hold on a second. I'm gonna bring up my notes here. Let's see.
I know
This
you
is-
so rarely get inspiration dice.
This is session 24. This is the first time you have given me inspiration.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knew?
So you said it was nature?
Yes, a nature check.
What's even better is that I'm not your typical druid, and so my nature is a 0.
Hmm.
Yeah, mine too, and my other companion. It's an intelligence skill, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just like the fourth time we've assumed that Cole was very nature oriented, and he keeps reminding us, "No, I'm not."
I'm not that kind of druid.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a like an academic perspective on nature. It's more,
Oh,
but all the
shit.
same, a 15 is enough to be able to identify it as what is kind of known as a Gulthias tree. These trees are trees that are isolated for their own innate natural energy and influence on the environment, and then imbued by a druid with more dark intent, evil intent, to corrupt them so that they will generate blights. So that specifically, it makes sense why their needle blights are around it, and it could perhaps explain the so many numerous blights that you've come across. You don't know for certain if it's like the sole cause of them. Maybe
So it's kind of like a needle blight factory.
it's a general blight factory. It generates all the three different general blights you guys run across: the needle, twig, and vine.
Sounds like it needs to.
Do I know if there's a way to reverse it?
Reverse it. Not that I know.
I was I'd venture up.
Yeah, I was gonna
the-
say, typically they're destroyed, but reversing in terms of bringing it back to life, that would require a fairly dramatic magic to do so, because it already was like a lot to corrupt it into something that powerful.
Hmm.
It's
Is there a
something that-
is there a physical difference between the needle blights we killed and the ones we see here? Are these
No,
ones corrupted?
No.
Would
They
would
don't
one
look any different
would
at all.
one say that that tree is cursed?
I
I see
Hmm,
where you're going.
I don't
I
know.
wonder
where
if
you're
it's
going.
considered formally cursed.
Maybe.
I will say, man, that's hard to say because that's very semantical. But I'm gonna say, from your perspective, like a mechanical perspective, like what a cleric could do, I would say no, it's not cursed. This is a corruption from a natural perspective. It's something that a druid can do and to cause, and I suppose if you wanted to, I would allow you to undo, but that would require a great deal of energy and time to study. Because I also wasn't expecting you to try to do that. Yeah.
I guess Michael doesn't really care about trees anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Michael would.
That
If I
tree
know-
gives me the creeps.
If I know like that, there's no way to bring it back to like who it was.
You've never heard of it
Like,
happening, of
yeah.
it being restored. But
Yeah.
you've not tried, so I mean. you
And I
don't-
would just be like, you know, this tree is made to do this, and that's kind of like all I say on the subject because I don't know how to fix it.
Hmm.
Oh,
That would be accurate. In spite of you guys' power and all you've learned, but from Cole's perspective, he would not yet know how to fix this, or at least not instinctually. That's like it was like level 16 or something. You would be like, yeah, maybe if I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe. But anyway,
Can you at least determine whether or not new needle blights will become corrupt? Because otherwise, I don't like the idea of just leaving this as a resource.
Oh yeah,
for-
this
Oh yeah,
thing,
no, we're gonna fuck
no,
up this
the
tree.
seed was
Especially
a relatively
Cole's-
new thing that they acquired, and they've been generating blights here. The druids have like been operating for a long time. And, yeah, this thing would continue to put out blights indefinitely. It's automated in a way, but it can be powered up, kind of accelerated with druids coming up to it and performing rituals and the like, and imbuing it more. It will generate faster, maybe even stronger blights.
Yeah, sounds to me like we should just burn it down, guys.
Yeah, as soon as Cole tells me, you know, oh, it can't be saved or anything like that.
Yep.
I'm just kind of say, well, looks like we got to burn it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Then-
gonna head over that direction.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure very quickly. I think, from my understanding, the blights to the south of it are, they're acting purely in defense of it. So, since you can see them, I'm telling you this. If you want to go up to it and like try to burn it down, like take a torch or whatever, however you want to do it. If you try to touch the tree, let's say none of you would know this except for maybe one, because you're from here. Michael wouldn't even have heard this. Unless he's like a very good guy in class. I'll give different DCs. Let's go with history checks from Michael and 1. Because I want to see if you can identify specifically this tree. Like, because it is a local legend of some kind, but I want to know if you guys know that. Jeez, that was very helter-skelter. Unfortunately, a 7 and a 3 don't do it.
We just killed the oldest tree in known history.
But yeah, as far as you don't know the name of the tree or anything. You don't know anything about it. It's a tree, but you still identify what it does. Let's say you got near it.
Killing this tree.
Yeah, you're getting near it. You're gonna light it on fire. As soon as you do so, the blights come alive. We could go right into combat, but they're fucking blights. So
I mean, like 8 blights are not a concern. Like I doubt we would even make it into turn 2.
let me move Lucian down here because it at least influences things.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna do.
Everybody move into where you would be if Lucian were to be approaching. What kind of word? Approaching.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spear these things.
Tree. And then I gotta reveal.
I can just put down like a spike growth.
Sure. But yeah, there are other trees that even your guys' natural perception didn't pick up on being there. But there are other entities surrounding the tree that you picked up. They did not pick up that they were blights. But all the same, you fought these kind of enemies before. They're all very weak. We can do this in a cinematic fashion if you guys would like, and not go into combat and take a lot of time. So let's say, Lucian, you go to deduce to destroy the tree, then all these things come alive and they attack you by like the nearest thing as a party.
Lucian, behind you. Ah.
Then let's say, since Michael's down there with you, Michael, is there anything you would like to do to any of the blights nearby? Any AoE spells, or just attack one or whatever? We'll just
I'm just gonna use my spear.
Okay.
I was actually gonna try and get him to like surround me, you know, like a Neo style.
That makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna make you the last one to act, only because you were the one that was doing the.
Oh yeah.
As the
lighting
tree
on fire,
blights
but yes.
form into Agent
I was just letting you
Smith's,
know what I
Mr. Anderson.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, that's a good idea. We will use that roll. But as far as Michael goes, go ahead and do attacks, however many you can. I don't know what your type of cleric can do specifically. I'll just make this way less annoying, and we'll just say you can hit 1, and you kill it. We'll just take down one of these. Let's do it this way. Yeah, this will work. Then let's go to the next person that was closest by, other than Lucian. It would be Cole. Cole, what do you do, seeing this large group of all these blights come alive, bearing down on Lucian, Michael, and yourself?
Well, since Lucian is saying that he wants to pull like all the blights like towards him, and do like Neo fight, like, just like spin around in circles, slash, like a slow motion kind of thing.
Yeah.
I want to cast a spike growth centered on Lucian. It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, and I think it can.
And
you can choose
pretty
not
much-
to affect from the that.
And pretty much whenever a creature moves into the space or they're in the space, they take a 2d4 piercing damage every single round. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and for the sake of this,
It
making
is-
it easy and you not damaging, you won't damage Michael and Lucian because it'll make it less gay. So yeah,
it would affect a Lucian, but I mean, we have
we're not
like
going to.
we got like 3 healers in the party, so
Yeah, I'm going to make it not just to make it easier on my brain already. So then let's say that goes off. Let's roll a
What the
damage
hell?
roll. So is it 2d6 from Spike Growth? How much damage?
I don't know. I clicked on the spell and I got a syntax error. That's weird.
But yeah, 2d4. So you can roll that manually, and then I'll apply that to a bunch of different ones at once. It's almost guaranteed to take out all these twig blights. You'd have to roll very poorly.
There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, roll a 2d4. And, yeah, let's just say that's good enough. You kill all... let's say you critically damage, because I don't want to rob Lucian of his fanciness. You critically damage all of these twig blights, but they all, like, move into position around him best they can, but they're all, like, slowed down and tripping over the thorns in the ground that are coming out of the ground. And then we'll go to, let's just say Darius, because you're kind of closer, sort of, maybe, diagonals.
Sure. I guess I'll just conjure up a flaming sphere, like on the fringe. I'm guessing there's some creatures still on the fringes.
Yes, there are. The needle blights are not moving forward very much. Like the ones that are immediately next to Michael using melee attacks, but the needle blights are primarily using their ranged needle attacks.
Yeah, kind of between them and slamming it, trying to slam it into one that's semi-close.
Yep. Yeah, sure. You guys could spit in these spells because it's still something you would do all the same whether we went into combat or not. So makes sense.
Yeah, sure. There it is.
Yep. And then go ahead and roll the damage, the 2d6, and then I will do what I do. Okay.
Hey, +3, +2. No, that's not evocation. Forget that.
No, that's fine. It still helps significantly. You take down some of these needle blights in the back. I'll just say this one's hurt significantly because it's kind of like on the edge radius. All right, one. What do you do?
Okay, one will approach and go behind this injured tree blight Finn, and use her last level 3 spell slot and activate Force and communicate with the blight, saying, "You have to understand, it has to be destroyed, or more corruption will be unleashed. So unless you know how to reverse the corruption, I'm afraid it's going to have to be destroyed."
I think a
Interesting. Let me
corrupt
see
blight would want more corruption.
I don't think these ones are corrupt. I think these ones are ordinary, or they would have said us.
Why it's like by default corrupted tree people?
Okay, one
Yes,
doesn't
they
know
are,
this.
but-
She makes
but-
the assumption that
yes.
these guys are.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go.
No,
with
I
it because I
love
think
the
it's
idea,
cool.
but
Yeah, yes, but in terms of technically, yes, blights are already corrupted things. You can make them more corrupted, I guess, by imbuing them with more energy. All the same, what we're gonna go with is that you do give one of these the ability to speak, but its intelligence is so basic that all it can really manage to articulate to you, especially in this short time, a lot of all this is going on at once, is let's say, protect mother, must protect mother, and it's like trying to put itself between you and the large Guthias tree.
The tree. Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's what I
You want
get
to do
from.
it with your hellhound?
Pardon?
You still have your hellhound if you want to, like, let's say, incorporate into the thing, like attack one of these or whatever.
No, he's standing out.
Okay. Then we'll just go back to
Oh,
the
he
challenge
could
and do
take a
your
whiz on the
Neo
tree
thing.
though. That would be pretty good.
That would be a fire whiz. Let's just go back to Lucian and we'll do your. You want to do the shatter you mentioned?
Okay.
I figure you rolled that. You may want to employ that. That could work here.
It's
Lucian?
Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't. Oh yeah, but yeah, if everyone's just around me and stuff, I'm just gonna do that shatter I did before, and just, Neo style,
Yep.
all hitting me. I'm like huddled over and shit, and then
Yep.
I just pop up.
Okay. Yep. And then we'll just kill like all the basic blights around you. And then we'll move back to Michael. He's taking down. He took down a great deal of them using that shatter spell. Well, it was like fending them off physically.
Yeah, we'll just do Sacred Flame on that guy.
Makes sense. We'll just say that it works, and I'll take off part as hell. Then we'll say that the Vine Blight grabs hold of Michael. I didn't give them any actions yet, but
Did
I
you
should be
manage to
doing that
get
at least
more
right now.
music than last time? By the way.
No. I did look into it, but they have not changed their licenses at all.
No.
And there's not really anything different. I would have to change my means of getting music, which is something I have been considering, but that would require money. So I don't know yet. I'm thinking on it more.
I know your pain.
Yeah. I
It's-
could also upload my own music, but that's sketchy and long. It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Take a lot of work.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good
Don't
question.
pressure me to do anything.
The Vine Blight grabs hold of Michael. It's very hurt, but it's still grabs hold of him. So there's some give and take. The other ones are crowding around him. He's a bit more vulnerable on this side by himself. The one that was changed by one, weird to say that, that got the ability to speak momentarily, kind of breaks apart and his bark goes flying in different directions
mother.
in response to the shatter. So it unfortunately dies. So it went Lucian, Michael, we went then to Cole. So what are you gonna do, Cole? There are not many left, but there are a couple.
I'm just gonna keep concentrating on the spike growth if there's any creatures still in it.
Yep. And then I will
Okay.
apply more. You can roll for more damage, the 2d4. Nice.
Max.
Yeah, let's say you kill one of these outright. One of these other ones is extremely injured. And then the Vine Blight is also almost destroyed. Then we go to Darius. They're almost dead. You still have your Flaming Spear if you want to kind of bring it over by them.
Yeah, sure. Flaming Sphere from the back and Ray of Frost from the front. Action bonus action. Kaboom.
I like that. Yeah. Go ahead. You don't need to roll for damage. Let's just see, for the hell of it, if what your Ray of Frost does. Go ahead and just click on that.
Yeah, sure. Damage.
Sure. We'll just make that hit. Actually, it would hit anyway. And
Wait,
you also-
oh,
Yes, jeez. Yeah. High player
Get
can't
back.
take damage. Yeah,
Shadows
The-
1 impact.
you swap down all the rest of these blights coming from every which direction. Michael, this was the vine blight that had kind of grabbed hold of you and was trying to like squeeze you and crush you. Is struck from the distant bolt from Darius, and it slumps to the ground and falls over. All the blights have been defeated. Nothing else is heading towards you near the tree. Yep.
I see Lucian about to hack at the tree, and I'm like, wait. I pull out a dagger, and I carve a love heart with 1 and Lucian's name in it. It's like, there you go. Order. Ready for chopping.
Lucian just looks
Very
like,
Christian.
and then he fires up the sword and he starts doing his best Paul Bunyan impression.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, I guess the sun sword would be an effective way of killing an evil tree. I'm just gonna double check to see if there's any other extra effect that would happen before this thing would die. Oh, okay. And Cole got that nature check already with 4. Cole, you remember now, to destroy these things entirely, you have to uproot them by some means. Or destroy the roots. Like you need to like uproot the stump and then destroy the entirety of the thing. Otherwise, if it were to be let's say chopped down, it would come back over time. It would take a long time, but it would occur.
Huh.
So
How are we going
guys,
to destroy a tree from the roots down?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, can I cut it as close as I can to the roots, make it a little stump, just turn that away?
I mean, yeah, you could do so in terms of you would make it easier, but I do want to see if anybody can come up with any ideas for.
Sure, I mean, this is would be a lot of labor, probably,
cool.
uproot a tree.
I mean, most people, when they uproot things, they usually get a horse or an ox and they tie it to the stump and then
Yeah.
whip it out that way.
Bjorn,
we
why
have
don't you handle this?
magic.
I forgot he's not here.
What were you saying earlier, Lucian? You were asking me
Oh, I was thinking Cole might have a solution for this. I know he's used that erupting earth spell a bunch of times. That's-
Yeah, we have magic, guys. That's
Oh,
better
shit.
than
That
construction
Yeah.
equipment.
I do have a
Magic
couple
better than a
spells
chainsaw?
that I can-
Blasphemy.
I do have a couple of spells that I can use. I just don't have them prepared.
okay. Does anything have anything that exerts a great deal of force or
I can go
disrupts
back.
the earth in some way?
I can go back to my cart. I have all the materials to hook it up and stuff in the wagon, and I have 2 horses. So
I do have a
feel like
shovel
that
to
would
help
probably
out,
be
and I
enough.
do have enhanced ability for strength if that is necessary for anyone.
No, that would work. That would be sufficient. So let's just say you do chop this thing down, and then Cole says, "Oh, yeah, you have to destroy the entire thing. It will come back. It will grow back over a year or so."
And also part of the ritual, you have to move a couch for me.
Then one, let's just say you consume enhance ability on whomever you wish, on a strength to make it easier, and then you use your shovel.
Who is the strong?
and-
I assume Lucian's the strongest character since
I
Bjorn left.
actually have
I think
no
so,
strength.
yeah.
I
Either
have
him or
0.
Michael. Okay,
Yeah, I honestly have 0 strength.
that's probably Michael then.
Oh.
He's 15, so yeah, Michael would be the strongest guy. Let's just say, so you hand the shovel to Michael, who begins approaching it from different angles, feeling imbued by your magic, should be able to do so, and eventually this whole thing kind of falls over with your combined effort, and the roots are exposed. Lucian continues to attack it, and you do what you must to completely annihilate this thing, with now having no more defenders to destroy it. You, Cole, you feel the area where you once, when you were approaching this area, and you've been going deeper and deeper into this direction, like in towards Yesser Hill and through the forest and such, you've always been feeling a little bit uneasy, kind of have goosebumps, just generally feeling like a malaise, a sense of doom and unease. That once this tree is destroyed utterly, you start to feel that lift and go away, and you can feel the natural energies of the environment slowly, like it wouldn't be like a on-off switch, it'd be slowly begin to wane. And
is it less corrupt feeling at least?
Yes, you could tell that the corruption of this natural area has begun to diminish, and the heart of the darkness of the forest has been done away with. The 1-2 punch of getting rid of the tree and retrieving the seed, the magic seed.
And killing Baba.
Yeah,
Sure,
and the druids and all that. Yeah, like that all that combines together. Yeah.
As I feel this, I say, this tree has done more than just create blights. It has corrupted this land, but I now feel that the land is starting to recover. It will take some time, but we have done some good here.
Well, that's good, Cole.
Yes.
Now, if we could find a way to help the cities, you know, the things that matter, that'd be nice.
Oh, sick burner.
Nice. This would have taken hours to. Well, let's just say an hour. I want to make it take some decent amount of time. The burning down of the tree wouldn't be completely instant, and unearthing and all that, despite enhanced ability. This is a big tree with very deep roots. It would take a little bit of time to do so, but it all occurs, as I said. Now that you guys are next to the giant skull, let's get some, let's say, just raw intelligence. Investigations actually would make the most amount of sense, because they involve intelligence.
Yeah,
Everybody
sure.
big giant.
Yeah, the very, very
I
large
mean,
skull.
I can speak
yeah.
nearly any language you comprehend in thoughts, so...
Yeah, I mean, this thing is dead as a skull. It's not...
It's not a big deal.
But yeah, anyway, you guys got that. That 22 is fine enough. You know, one is you're kind of putting it together, and it's like, why is this here? You hill giants aren't really. You never heard of them being around Barovia. Why would this be located here? You kind of put it all together, like this doesn't belong. But you kind of look around it, and kind of peek your head into it, and you notice like, wow, yeah, this is big enough to hold a person, and it sort of feels like.
I feel like you hinted that like several times, like you want someone to step into it.
No. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying that it is very large. I wanted to emphasize how large it was.
I'll tell you what, if it looks like I could sled down the hill in it, I will get in that thing.
I mean, yeah,
Can I do a medicine check?
I don't know how safe it would be.
To see if this skull is, I guess, been dead for longer than 10 days.
I mean,
oh sure,
I could assist
you
you
with
if you
natural
wish.
talent. You wouldn't.
Das bist du.
Michael would be so familiar with death that he'd be able to very easily tell if this thing has been dead for a very, 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 very long time.
I mean,
this thing
it's
is
a skeleton.
Clean.
It's
This thing is bleach white. It's also totally out of its environment. It might be a tool or something else. How would you guys figure this out in retrospect? Let's say.
I mean, between my medical background and Michael's, affinity for the dead, I'm pretty sure we could figure out it's been dead for longer than 10 days.
Right. Yeah, that's not that. What its other uses. I want to say Lucian. Let's do a
I was just gonna step inside the skull and look around.
Sure.
I'm like,
yeah, you can do that.
Do you want me to push you down?
It wouldn't convey any more information. But
Ugh.
unfortunately, you rolled poorly.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Organic was gonna give you advantage because of its kind of Monster Hunter-ness, and you have advantage on those kind of checks. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
okay. That's about it. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes not all the details are found. Yeah. So this out of place skull is here. You can step into it. What do you want to do?
I asked this before. Is it connected to the liches we saw before? Not the liches, the skeleton
tree?
warriors, the dragon remains we saw in that tomb.
Oh no. Like I said, this is a hill giant skull, and that was a dragon that was missing its.
I think I know what it is, just from Baba Yaga lore.
Yeah, I think
probably
I
do.
also.
Yeah, unfortunately, incorrectly.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You guys would
Yeah.
know. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm not being shady. I'm just saying.
I was
Yeah,
kind of.
unfortunately, nobody would know anything in any meaningful way. So, yeah, you said do you want to like slide it down the hill one? You had mentioned
Yeah,
that.
let's
You can do
slide
that.
it down the hill. My troublemaking flaw has to be done somehow. I notice everyone else doesn't play to their flaws, but yeah.
Not that people don't really have very many like far-reaching flaws. Well, I mean, Lucian.
You don't know my flaw.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've never seen any of
Quite
you
normal.
actually announce you're going to do something flaw-like that.
Well, I've done things that I normally wouldn't have done if it wasn't for a
Yeah,
certain
Lucian
flaw.
is vastly changed but his new flaw was from the demon. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the sliding down. Yeah, it would work without issue. It's jaw bones, like it's.
And with Michael's enhanced strength right now, he gets advantage to push me. Do it, Michael.
Sure.
Do it.
Sure,
Yeah,
Does anyone know
I-
grease spell for
push
less
the-
friction?
I push the child in the skull.
I'm also going to cast this.
Sure. Any attempt you have to make it any more enjoyable, it's slide down the hill, and you barely manage to weave it out of the way of running into any of these.
This is the best
cairns.
Christmas in Biovia I've ever had. This is
Can't you do your little identify thing on it, Darius? Doesn't that work for magic stuff?
Too late. It's
Hey,
gone.
what? Come again?
That may have worked, but
Oh, it's just gone.
it is well, it's relocated significantly. Where now it's all the way down to the bottom of the hill. I'm actually thinking further. It's like you slid kind of into the forest edge down here in the south, and you'll have to clamber back up the hill.
sure.
Return to your comrades. but
I'll try to
it-
lift
it's
the skull and see
entertaining.
if I can.
It was like 12 seconds of entertainment.
You're blessed.
We have not had
You're
it in a while.
blessed.
It's
Yeah, I will say, as soon as the skull starts getting momentum, I'm just gonna start walking back to
Yeah.
my horse.
Well, that was fun.
I mean, does this look magical to you? I think it's just a skull.
But it's a new
Sometimes the skull is
and
just a skull.
It's Baba Lystaga's. But yeah.
I mean,
I
what's
mean, sure, we have 10 more minutes. And
you
Yeah,
think we should?
what I want to do this is let's just say in character lead, you guys do not figure this out because I think that you rolled a lot of things and you tried a lot of avenues, and I don't want to give you too much effort,
yeah.
too much options, more so than what you've already used.
If it comes back and
we'll
bites
just
us in the
say
ass,
out of character
literally.
lead that you know that you guys are probably right as far as Michael and Lucian. If you've heard of like Baba Yaga, she has this is like a flying skull.
I
And
think it was a
you-
kettle.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it was in the original lore, but in this setting, the giant skull has been turned into it's imbued with magic and by Lysaiga to be used as a flying vehicle of some kind, and that's what she used to get here from her
oh,
home in Berez.
Damn, that would have been
Yes.
sweet if we
Yeah.
figured that out, but no, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I mean-
the Lucian's survival score was where that kind of helped out. And I was kind of saying like you could fit people in here, but there's no like controls or anything in the thing. There's like
Yeah,
this.
We would have
joystick or
found a
whatever.
way.
Yeah, Baba Yaga has a flying kettle that she sits in.
Yep.
Okay. We continue on then. I guess we're going back
Yep.
to the crow crows.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
did we figure
but-
out what the seed did?
Yeah, you didn't give a description. Is Identify given anything?
It's definitely magical. It's about the size of a pine cone, and similarly shaped, so like a three-dimensional teardrop kind of shape, but more bulbous. A pine cone, but not actually jagged. You know what I mean? Just as if you wrapped a pine cone in, let's say, a newspaper, and then you paper mache it. And then what would the shape be? That's what it's shaped like.
Like a chocolate, stylized, like an acorn or something.
Sure, yeah, that kind of shape, kind of like a wide teardrop shape. Anyway, it's definitely magical. It's and when Cole is near it, you can tell, wow, that is potent. It's not necessarily evil or positive. It's just straight up natural energy, sort of infused into this.
Typical
gem.
nature energy, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and you don't know what they were using it for exactly. You will find out probably, but they
Yeah,
had,
I'm guessing.
they have multiple of them, and you got it back.
I'm guessing I can't tell anything school-wise, like a hint about what it can do.
What kind of school would make the most amount of sense? Non-abjuration, non-necromancy, kind of conjuration.
School of life.
Yeah, I think that everything technically does fall into one of the schools. It's sort of conjuration-y in a way. Let me actually. Oh, I know what to do. I will look up a spell, and whatever it is, this will be. It might be transmutation. Come on, thank you. It is transmutation. So let's just say it's a transmutation magic, nature magic, whatever it does.
Okay, I relay that to the party too. That's what I would have guessed, but a lot of open questions here, guys. What exactly this does?
Okay. Should we make doubly
Oh,
sure
maybe
that?
you wanna take a look at it?
Should we make
should
doubly
say,
sure that
I have-
Bug-ass Yella, whatever her name was, is unable to be resurrected in any way? Like, literally?
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, not the corpse for sure.
I thought you went over there and hacked her to pieces or something.
I mean, he removed her
Yeah.
limbs,
I
but...
thought you-
Yeah,
I was going
anything and
to.
everything
I
you
never
guys want to
did.
do, you may do.
No, I thought one did something like when.
No,
the
I
face
poked both her
image,
eyes
like,
out or
went over
something
there.
like that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly anything too dramatic, but yeah, if you want to like displace her head or whatever, you may do so.
Fucking burn her to cinders.
Yeah, the ashes, sure. Let's just say you do that and you maybe throw Ophelia on the same pile. They're very much gone now. Resurrecting them would require, level 9 true resurrection, crazy level magic, and probably not going to happen anytime
Did
soon.
Michael also want to do Speak with Dead with her before?
Yeah, if you have it prepared. Does he have it prepared?
I do. But I
I mean, you could totally do that if you wanted to.
I don't even know who this person is. I just ran into them and they started attacking me. I have no history with this person.
Oh. Well, then I explain this
True.
is a servant of
Michael-
Strahd. She's kind of a sort of
Yeah.
lieutenant, I guess you would class her as.
Now she's dead.
I mean, she might have
specifically
information.
Cole.
But if you
Yeah,
don't want to do
Cole
your
had
talk
his
of dead, I
vision.
mean,
Yeah, Cole. Yeah, it's a good idea. But as far as the information flow, is that Cole had a vision of what was going on here at this circle a long time ago, back when Strahd was made into a vampire, through the dark magics of Baba Lysaga and her evil druid comrades. He specifically here it happened. with like the sacrifice of his brother being done to do so.
Yeah.
So
if she
kinda
created
considers
Strahd,
herself
she might know how to
the
destroy him.
mother of him in a way. Yeah. She may. I don't know, but all the same, she does very specifically have a very strong connection with Strahd and a mother-like figure, at least from her perspective. You could not know what he thinks of her.
Hmm.
Maybe she just has an obsession with him for all we.
Yeah,
Otherwise-
you only know one side, in that she considers herself the mother, or at least sort of like the
So she could
Or
just be
what
one of
they
those
call,
crazy
like,
people who say they know celebrities when they most certainly do not.
like, what do they call, like a wet nurse? Like they help a mother deliver a child into the world. Midwife.
Midwife.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Correct. Thank you. She's more considers herself somewhere between that type of thing. So yeah, the party could convey this information to you, Michael, and that you now know that Baba the Saiga has some kind of connection to Strahd in some fashion. So if you would like to, you may speak with Dead.
Okay. I mean, she doesn't have to give me truthful answers or anything. I'm
She
just
doesn't even have to
essentially-
show up
No.
if she doesn't want to.
No, she has to show up.
I thought it was
She
like
doesn't
willing,
have to-
so
she
we'll
doesn't-
return or something.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
it
should-
just doesn't have to give you truthful answers.
Maybe he should do it away from the rest of us, since she only knows him from, the battle where she died. And she never met Michael.
She might be less, angry, or emotional, possibly. Just looking at the spell specifically, they're brief, cryptic, repetitive
We
answers.
could combine
they're
it with
no
Zone of
purport to
Truth.
give
Does
truth.
anyone know that one?
Oh, Michael, yeah.
That I was gonna say that could be a possibility, but I'm gonna say that doesn't work on undead because it's a very
Yeah,
unique
like
situation.
a psychic sort of spell. It's for biological brains, I'm sure.
Yeah, Zone of Truth is sort of manipulating the person in the moment. Speak with Dead is actually like a telephone line to the
Other
afterlife.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
by all intents and
yeah.
purposes, I'm not reviving this person. I'm just like essentially speaking to their spirit or whatever.
We could also
so-
taunt her.
And you that's very petty, but you could if you like. I don't know if Michael would be like, yeah, use my powers to, make fun of her. But yeah, any questions you want to ask, you could still try to, and I can see what I will do with the information.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I don't have any I don't know what questions I would ask Bubba. Oh, where's her house? But do I know about her house?
I don't think you do know about the
I mean,
house.
let's just say that they gave you that very brief outline. She has this large house that she has on a Perez with where we initially met her. They gave you a quick rundown of their history with her, just to make this easier.
Terrified of that house.
Yes. She just says home.
Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to do a whole thing like, oh, you know what? I don't believe you are a cleric. A cleric would
Yeah.
know, talk to the dead, but
But yeah, so you cast it. That's good. And all she does in response to the question of where is her home, she says in response to that she just says the word home, as in whatever that means. Like, yeah, home.
yeah, where is it? Home.
Yeah. No. I know that. That's where is it? Home. No, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of your 5. You can do anything else. Anybody else
Well,
can do anything
like,
they want?
look.
Walk kind into that one, guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at her and be like, look, I've got some pull with the guys in Devils in Hell. Make your stay really, really bad or not so bad. So don't give me these bullshit answers.
Okay.
and I can see what I can do for you. I'm going to ask you again. Where on this map, and I pull out a map, Barovia, where on this map is your chicken house, home, whatever?
Alright, answer number 2. She she kind of just gestures in a direction that's southeasterly of here. I can return you guys to the map very briefly.
Well, the rest of us know where it's at because we went there.
It was last seen in the village of Berez, and she gestures in that direction. Yeah. You guys are all the way over here on the very far side of the map, and actually it'd be more like straight eastwardly from here.
We could also ask her what the seed was for. We could also ask her about Strahd's potential weaknesses. We can ask her if there's any more of her druid friends alive.
Ask her that information.
Yeah.
But yeah, she points. I'll just say she points here because she doesn't really care about giving you the truthful answer.
Should we?
Sure.
Well, insight then, I guess.
Sure, if you want, go right ahead. That makes sense.
That doesn't make
You
sense for a
can
house
roll.
to be next there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Does her house make sense? You believe her. It's your gut instinct is like, she's here. Why would if we don't see the house? It's reasonable to assume the house is still in Berez. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 questions down. Anything?
Okay.
What's specifically the third one?
What did you want the seed for? What is it meant for?
Power.
I mean, that's a bit of a vague answer, but okay.
Yep. She doesn't have to be very long.
Yep.
She just says power, power, power. Her voice seems to grow more intense and emphasizing over time.
What can it do? That's what I want to. Okay, that's not an official question yet, guys. We should ask
Grunch
what
me
can
power.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to remind her that her stay can be very uncomfortable.
What kind of magic can this artifact cast?
How
That
I don't know if we could do
It's
this.
a
She's
powerful
really
magic.
talking. She. Okay, I'll just say this. Tree. Power.
The grove. It's to make another
Influence.
grove. Is that right?
Guys, I'm gonna let you very much decide on what your final 5th question will be.
I mean, are there any other hidden artifacts that we don't know about here in Barovia that could help us kill Strahd?
Yeah, because she's definitely going to tell us that.
Oh, you're setting her up for a yes.
No, I'm letting you guys decide because I don't want to have anybody.
I mean, no, that
as
was
a
my
party.
personal question. Like, that's what I would
Yeah.
ask her. But
Yeah, she probably would not tell the truth, but you could try asking her that. What
I
do you
mean, I
guys
feel
think?
like we have the best chance of success if we don't make it obvious we're fighting against Strahd again. I don't know how these seances work, but that can't be good.
Pretty sure in your guys' encounter with her, you made that very clear that you were going to kill Strahd. And
Yes.
I mean, yes, but the
she's like,
spirit doesn't necessarily know that, right? I don't know how
Not
that.
really sure how they
it's,
work.
it's
but
essentially the same person.
Yeah.
Like it is
Well,
Saga.
alright.
yeah, she would still remember who you guys are, and that you're trying to kill Strahd. So she would not need to. She wouldn't need to give any accurate information.
Fair enough.
Could we ask her? Maybe we should ask her how she manages to. No, never mind. I was going to say like how she leaves the plane between this land and the outside world. You know, that like the gypsy people, whatever they're called.
Oh, the Vistani.
Yeah, the Dastani. What's your
You want to
connection?
know how they get out? Is what you're asking?
Yeah. Sure, if she tells us and we have no
I
other
mean,
questions.
it seems like a better question to me than anything directly about Strahd.
Okay.
Because I don't think that will.
Is that what the party agrees to go with? Like,
I
Yeah.
know
how
what
the
you guys
Vistani
think.
leave? How they leave the fog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. Okay. Now, what do I want to say specifically? I'll say a couple different things. I'll say connection, old, before him, outsiders. Let's just go with that.
Well, that was pretty vague. Make sure she gets a
Yeah.
very nice place in hell there, Michael. And
Yeah, give her a nice hot pit.
But yeah, with that, the connection.
Flipping the whole time. I don't
would-
have
would-
that.
They're all the same. The connection fades away with asking the number you did, and the spell dissipates. But you guys got some interesting information. It's up to you to. If you want, I could give you their more accurate information. Anybody's willing to make some fairly high DC intelligence checks.
I knew I should have
Um,
used enhance ability for
You
intelligence.
only have one time per person.
Okay.
Right.
Hmm.
With
History,
this information.
insight, nature.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that bears thinking about. And
Yeah, you can use history or raw intelligence
Nope.
if you want.
same thing here.
Oh, we got
Wow.
misinformation from you, Darius.
Okay.
Well,
Jeez. All right. Well,
Shitty.
Michael, Cole, and Lucian still.
Double
okay.
nat one.
Yeah,
It's like you
fucking
resort
great
back to
actors.
your barbarian
The
orc
double-
ways. It's like
Yeah.
Double crit fail, you lose like a brain cell.
Okay. What about Michael? Yeah, Marcel feels Darius feels a migraine coming on.
I'm just like, yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not the guy. You should ask for
Jeez.
intelligence stuff.
Get the best.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm leaving a Michael advantage because I want to give some more information away, at least something. I want to make it completely pointless. The reason I'm giving him advantage is because of his casting of the spell, familiarity with it, familiarity with the vagueness of spirits and this situation, and trying to make sense out of the context. And then Lucian with his familiarity with monster hunting, evil forces, their machinations, and so forth. So we're going to go with that direction to give you guys different answers. You specifically asked what the stone did. It probably was used by the druids to power up the tree,
That's what I
the
was thinking.
Gulthias tree, to make it even more potent. And they were likely trying to create some kind of special being or powerful entity of some kind, but you prevented them from doing that.
yeah. This
Uh,
reminds me because we did that huge fight, yet we didn't see any massive tree monsters like Cole spotted last time, right? I mean,
Yes, he did not.
so yeah. Well, those guys.
Yep.
Maybe they
Yeah,
got
out of characterly, they dispersed and into a large fashion, and they just weren't able to make it here in time. I actually had reinforcements in different parties and stuff moving in, but I also the fight on went so long, so then I decided not to do it because it was like, oh geez, this is already so long. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah, whatever.
It's just
Anyway,
a little disappointing we didn't
other
get to
question.
see one of those.
Yeah. And unfortunately that probably may not ever happen because now the world has been purged of the evil tree energy. Anyway,
Oh.
the other questions you asked was, well, you already know that that her house is in Berez. That's fine. And then you asked how the Vistani get out of here. They have lived here for longer. They have a connection here to the land and living here, and I guess a tradition of living here and moving around in the area before Strahd was a thing in terms of his reign, his turning into a vampire,
He's been
curse
like
on
a
the land.
vampire for like thousands of years, right?
I believe it's been a couple, like at least 1,000. I'm not entirely certain on the time frame. I'm getting kind of conflicting figures and no like.
It's been lost to time.
Yeah, it's been a
I mean,
very
it's just
very long.
generations and generations of Vistani.
Yeah, yeah.
The long before.
And they keep it secret because for multiple reasons. Many of them are agents of Strahd to get him to go procure things and do all manner of things. And then also some of them that know of this information will use it to kind of perform commerce. They will go and do trade. They will go and procure things that can only be done outside of the country, and bring it here for their people, or even the more enterprising ones using it to do trade with the Balaki. That's how some very rare and very expensive, very valuable things have gotten here.
Like these guns.
Yeah, guns are one of the major things that were brought in through the aid of the Vistani.
So that was outside technology, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay.
Yes, yeah. That happened. The development of firearms happened well after Strahd. So there was the only way they could get them is by bringing them in from the outside.
Cool. Okay. Are we finished up here? We're go to the Raven.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second. I need to write something down.
Oh, we're having a break now.
No, it's just a second.
Oh.
I'll be done in just a moment.
Yeah. So that was a pretty fun fight. I always love killing those hags. And hey, we
Yeah,
got
it's
the
a
last
major
one.
fun
Hey,
moment
hey,
for the
Lucian.
characters.
So what? I didn't hear what you.
I said we got the last hag we were hunting before. Hey, Lucian. That's got to make you happy
yeah.
at least.
Oh yes, very happy. He says, and he says he's really happy. You can tell he's pretty happy. But he still looks. sad.
For Lucian and his new change of behavior, he's as happy as you've seen him in a long time, but not like a giddy schoolgirl. We got Cole, who also looks far more relieved than he has in some time, who's been tense and uncomfortable since he's been anywhere near the winery.
That is excellent.
Before we leave here, though, I want to do something cool, if you guys will let me. As you're walking northward, as you guys are walking outward, along the path to the northeast.
Skipping arms in arms as we do.
Of course, you notice
La, la, la.
this massive wall of fog to the west that actually let me read what it specifically takes the shape of. Okay. As you look west into the curtain of fog, you see a white fortress on a hill above a great city. The city appears quite distant, maybe a mile away. The fog obscures all detail, but you can hear what sounds like the echo of a church bell.
So wait a second. I'm pretty damn familiar with these lands. I've never seen a city out here before. Heard of a city out here before.
Yeah, it doesn't seem familiar. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm very confused. I thought this was like a middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Actually, I'm not.
Yeah, this is, as far as your familiarity, particularly one's familiarity with the borders of the country, this is the edge of the westerly edge of Barovia.
Could it mean that the field of fog is down? We could leave Barovia now?
Oh, I mean, the outlines you see are very vague and indistinct. It's like masked by the fog that is still there.
We're close.
You're making effort. You're definitely. That was a major blow to Strahd and his evil ways. But beyond that, I want to. Does anybody this is a very convincing image. and you all.
I don't
kind of-
trust it, but Darius doesn't trust it for a second.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to rush towards.
But I want to see some different things here. It's not like magically tantalizing. Rather, you don't feel like a supernatural force. Bringing you toward that direction. All you at the current moment are just you notice it. You hear the sound of the church bell, and if anybody gets closer to it, it definitely gets louder.
I hear the sound of church bells and thinking, hang on, that might be some magical charming here. Let's do some counter song.
Yeah, you can totally do that too if you want.
I ring a bell or so.
Let's just say, is anybody at all looking into this thing? I'm gonna try to provide an impetus.
I can do a
One, you hear someone call out your name, a woman. And it seems familiar, but you don't know exactly who it is coming from that direction. Cole, you you hear as you're kind of look that direction and you turn your head back toward the pathway, you kind of behind you from that direction. You hear Bjorn's unmistakable voice whispering to you and calling you out to you, as he has done many years ago when you were first getting to know each other, and he learned your name. Darius, when you are looking that direction, you hear the familiar music of your tribe, half-orcs from where you grew up, and the commotion of the tribe itself, and outside of music and tribal drums, also the just talking and half-orc or orcish.
Are you
whatever
sure
one
that's
was called.
appealing to Darius?
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
I'm the only one that hears that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you don't.
Oh wow, the song of my
Sorry,
people.
sorry, you don't know that, but I would say that you all hear these respective things. But I want to go through this list before we go to anything when anybody does yet, because I want to give everybody a chance.
I think I would say out loud, there's orcs here? That seems unusual.
Yeah, like you haven't heard this in a very long time. It's kind of nostalgic. You've been gone from your tribe for very long, having been your own.
Yeah, but I can
solitary
picture
wizard
most
man.
of his adult life has been spent like somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring, given your expertise and profession. Actually, before Michael, because I need slightly more time to think on this, Lucian, you hear the laugh of Strahd, and he's
Oh.
he's insulting you, calling you a coward, a failure.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm trying to, that's what
No.
I'm trying to do.
He
obviously.
values his opinion so highly.
Yeah, he's insulting you. He's beckoning you, taunting you, calling in that direction. The same. This is all coming sort of sensorially, auditorily from the westerly direction, from the direction of the wall. And if any of you were approaching or anything, the shape of the city would start to dissipate. And
I mean, cautiously approach. Can we do that?
yes,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
do a wisdom save to see if I would know if this is some sort of trick.
Sure. And that would
Well,
be a
like,
wisdom.
I've
something
already done my
intuitive
counter
check.
song,
Yeah.
so it's not trying to charm us, I'm assuming. So
Yes, it is not charming you. And then your intuition is saying this is definitely bizarre, but you don't exactly know what it is. It's not consistent with anything you've dealt with before. It's not quite an illusion. It's kind of strange.
I mean, look, let's just talk to the woman. I mean, she's clearly a fan of mine, so
She, very much so. Yeah, Lucine, it's like you don't necessarily feel in danger either. You're definitely on edge because this is weird. And why would Shrod be doing this now? And yeah, I think now I have a thing for Michael. You hear, let's just say, for the sake of convenience, because I don't know this for certain, that the Order of Hades has like hymns and other like chants and other kinds of religious music, if you want to call it that.
I was going to say, wouldn't just Lord Hades be beckoning him over? So.
And not specifically, 'cause I don't know if he's ever interacted with Hades himself.
Oh, God, no.
That would be quite
Impressive.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to show up to his office.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, you hear.
You also wouldn't
the-
refuse his summons, I'm assuming.
No, he wouldn't, but I don't know if he would buy it either. It'd be kind of very surprising.
Sure,
So
sure.
I just wanted to make it seem like, yeah, the hymns and chants and other similar words I can't think of at the moment, associated with Hades and the church, if you want to call it that, the location that you were last at before coming here, the temple, where you were meeting with the rest of your Order of Hades dudes. And you hear the familiar voice of a woman that you too find very familiar, out of characterly as far as degrees of familiarity. Michael, this is unmistakably someone you know. One, you feel this is someone you know, but you can't quite put your name on it. So yeah, Michael, I'm not saying their name out loud because I don't want to go fuck up that future plotline that we haven't quite gone down yet if we're doing any dramatic tension and build-up. So yeah, it's her. You hear her talking and hear her mention your name and call you over to that direction as well.
Okay, well, I go.
Yeah, I'm definitely heading towards the direction of the voice. It's like, oh.
Yay, I get my... I need it, I'll go in order of... let's just...
Guys, let's just
everybody...
agree now not to trust any suspicious voices in the air or whatever. Or touch any demon coffins. Can we do that?
No promises, but okay.
Not more demon
Yeah.
coffins.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move you guys over through there for everybody that has confirmed that they're doing it. So that's Michael, 1, Darius, and I think, what about Cole and Lucian?
I mean, I don't think Lucian. I don't know. I'll hesitantly go, but I'm behind everything.
Okay.
We hear this individually, right?
Yes. Nobody's...
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, I would approach.
Okay, cool. Alright then. And that lets me do what I want to do. We'll go with 1 first, because she was pretty enthusiastic, and it's also the longest one
Oh,
that I have written here. Where is it? There it is. Okay. You're close to the fog enough that eventually most of your vision is taken up by the fog. So I wanted to give you the starting point as far as what you can initially see.